Alright, out here shooting a few arrows today, and we're going to talk. We're going to grab this arrow and we're going to go in and talk about what we do on broadheads. You know, this year we're going to fixed broadheads instead of mechanical, and we've got a new sponsor, Wac'em Broadheads. So let me pull this arrow and we'll go in and I'll show you what I do as far as getting those broadheads ready to shoot and ready to hunt. Alright, we came back inside because it's hot. It's probably about 93 with a heat index of about 108. So I'm not sitting outside doing this. So anyway, we come back in here, we shot a few arrows and we just want to go over what we do to get ready to go hunting. It is August the 28th today. We're in Kentucky, so the season comes in here. Actually comes in less than a week, comes in a week from yesterday. So we're trying to get all of our hunting stuff ready to go and set up. But today we're going to talk about broadheads. I will say that for the past, since 2008, I have shot a mechanical broadhead. This year, me and as long as a lot of other guys, Jeremy included, Jeremy's behind the camera today, but we got a new sponsor called Wac'em Broadheads. They were nice enough to give us some of their product and let us try it. And they've got mechanical and fixed broadheads. I've decided that I was going to go with the fixed this year. I'm going to go with a fixed 4-blade. And the main thing that I want to touch on is that you want your broadheads to shoot. Everybody wants their broadheads to shoot like your field points. I mean, because nobody wants to be, set their sights. You know, you shoot all summer and then you don't want to have to redo it when you get ready to hunt. And I remember back in the old days, that was just part of it. You just, you had to shoot and then you'd try to get your arrows balanced. And there was a whole process of aluminum arrows. You know, we'd even heat the insert up and turn the broadheads just to get them just right. But the main thing you want to do is you want to get it to where they spin true. Now, I'm just going to tell you what I do as far as finding out which ones I'm going to shoot. And this may not work for everybody, it just works for me, and it just works. I've tested it, and I've got these things, and these 4-blade, I've shot them out to 55 yards, and generally I practice all summer only at 50 to 55 yards, and these things are shooting right with my field tips. So what I do is I get the broadheads, and I get all my arrows in here, the arrows I'm going to hunt with, and I take each broadhead, or take one broadhead and take my arrows and screw the first one in. And what I like to do is, I learned this a long time ago from a lot of people that bow hunt, is I just spin the arrow on my fingertip. You know, if you're not, I mean, you can spin it real fast, and there's other ways to do this. You can buy a little spin, where you can turn arrows and stuff like that from an archery dealer, but this is just a tried and true method because you get a lot of feeling in the ends of your finger. You got a lot of nerves there. And what you want to do is you just spin that on the end of your finger, and you can feel when you spin that if there's a lot of wobble in that arrow. And all I'm looking for is one that's spinning really tight and there's no movement hardly in that tip, where it's not wobbling on me. It's just a real tight spin. You know, you can feel it. There's nothing there. And so what I'll do is, once I find one of those, is I'll lay it aside and then I'll go right down the line. And once I go through all my arrows with the broadheads and figure out which one's spinning true, which one they're not, then I'll set them aside. And once I go through that process, I'll start numbering my arrows. So you can see, as I number them, I'll number them 1, and then I'll go right down the line, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I put 5 arrows in my quiver, and what that is from what I feel like the ones that are spinning the best to the worst. So ultimately you want them all the same, but it just don't work out that way a lot of the times. I mean, it all has to do with insert and how the insert's put in there, and if it's level and all that kind of stuff. So, and with these, like I was talking about back years ago when we all just shot aluminum arrows and there wasn't no carbon or anything like that, You can take a lighter or anything and heat that insert up and turn it and balance that insert in there. Well, with carbon arrows, you can't do that. So that's kind of what I look for and what I do. So anyway, if you're going to shoot fixed blade broadheads, that's a good tip. I mean, try it out for yourself, and then the main thing is shoot your bow. Get out there and shoot your broadheads with your target tips. And from my perspective, and with these broadheads, these new Wac'ems, this 4-blade, they fly right with my field tip. So that's just a tip for this week, and remember, the season never ends.